And nice fade to black. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. We are doing a pre recorded live stream tonight because our number 30 live stream was struck off YouTube. We got a
Mm,
strike, a ban, and we don't know why, so we can't fix it. And also, I thought it was for 2 weeks, but that's what I've been telling you guys. But it's not, it's indefinite. We don't even know how long. So we are endeavoring to put this up and hope this one stays up. We're going to try and do it as close as we can to the last one, but we're going to compress it a bit and do it quicker. And I just want to say we will be in the chat when this is run, so we
mm,
can talk to you all in the chat. So welcome, welcome, all our beautiful family. We love you all.
yeah,
We know you're
yeah.
all
Miss
around the
you, miss
world.
all you guys.
And I was just going to
Yeah,
say, welcome in, Growler. He's here as
thank
usual,
you.
as always, and we love you, Growler. You got so
Thanks,
many
mate.
people that pray for you and love you. So
Well,
we're a family. We're a family.
no, we are.
Okay.
No, that's right. No, thank you very much, and I really miss not being having a live chat here because I'm so used to everyone being here, and but that's all right. We can we'll be doing that later,
Mhm.
but we do have. Quite some good info here, and hopefully it's hard hitting, and
Mhm.
you guys, get some benefit out of it. So that's the main thing.
Well, I just want to give a shout out to a few channels, please, first, because we're all being
Yep.
shadow banned so badly. I want to give a
Mm,
shout out to Effed Up World. That's
yep.
Joe at Effed Up World. What we'll do is I can drop the links for these as I'm kind of saying it in the when we go to chat. Now I want to give a shout out to Off Grid Desert Farming 2. I think is their new
Yep. With
channel, which is Paul and
Paul and
Adrian.
Adrian,
So
great people,
please, guys,
fantastic
look,
people.
they've just been their family. They're in
Yeah, they are.
Arizona, and we're in Queensland, Australia. And when when I watch them, I just feel like they're next door. So go and see
Yeah.
Paul and Adrian. Now
Yep.
we've got Matrix Man 1. Go
Yep.
over to Matt. Get on his channel. He's doing some excellent sky watching. Matrix
Mm,
Man 1. Donnie of Daytona, and I will give him a big shout out. So he's doing some amazing camera work. Guys, we've got to realize what's going on around us and not just be sitting in our rooms. We really have to know what's going on, and that's what these channels are for. So
mm.
if I've
And
forgotten
to Bubba
anybody,
News,
oh, the
Bubba
Bubba
News as
News.
well.
Oh
Yeah, the Bubba
man,
News.
the Bubba News. See, I should have wrote a list because I do have a bad memory. So the Bubba News.
Mm. And
Anyway, and
Anne Walsworth,
I,
she's got a
and
Sky
Walsworth
watching
has
channel. Yeah.
Sky Watching channel. So go to Anne
Yep.
Walsworth
She's
and
fantastic. She's great.
please go to Atheism is Madness
Mm,
and Chuck Middleton. And I'll
yep.
drop all the links for those as
Yep.
we go because then I'll remember what I've said. And if I
Mm,
forgot anybody, I'll be dropping the links for those channels. We need to all
mm,
stick together now because this is serious. We don't know how
mm,
long we're struck for or what for. So this is happening to everybody. We're just about to all go down here. We
mm,
don't know what other platforms there are. If you want to reach out to each other, email your phone numbers to each other. Guys, we can stay in touch. We've got a lot of you guys' phone numbers. Vincent52, channel. We'll be on to you, Vincent, too. We haven't forgotten. Don't worry. Now, okay, let's start the stream. I'm going to pass you over to Growler. I love you all, and I'm passing you over to Growler for a little bit because he's got quite a bit to show us tonight.
Okay. First of all, love you guys, and welcome again, and thank you for all your prayers and support. It's been great, and yeah, like I said, we miss chatting with you, but that will come on soon. So we're trying to get around a few things. We're doing. you guys will know what I mean when we say Operation Whip Speed. Rather say it that way. Um, when that was announced, that was going to be our next live stream last week. But we couldn't, of course, go live, and we had to go through everything again. So that's what we're doing with this one here. And Australia announced on the same day as well, basically what America announced at the White House on the same day. So
What was that?
first of
What was
just the vaccination, the
the rollout?
uh, the rollout. That's what
The
it was. The
rollout.
rollout, and who they're going to hit first,
Right.
and yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, they're just all speaking the same language, different words, or yeah. But you'll be able to figure it out. Now, I thought I'd bring up the first thing I would bring up was the logo for Whip Speed. Now, um, it's quite telling. First of all,
Oh
uh,
dear.
we've we've got the logo here, and now if you look over on the far left, you will see four uh, four four stars there, 5 points, and then you'll see on the far other side, opposite that, another 4 stars, 5 points. So
Hmm.
basically, they're pentagrams. So that equals 8. Okay,
Hmm.
so 4 plus 4 equals 8. Now, we have the cube in the middle, and we all know what the cube represents. It's the Saturnia. It's the cube of Satan. And um, we've got the ball with red triangles. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll call it. Red triangles. Go figure. That's how I've interpreted. So you've got
Well,
I'll call it the dog's ball.
you've got your
That's right. Yeah,
You've got your red and black there too. Sorry, red and
yeah,
blue.
that's right.
This is all goes back
Mm,
to the blood
to the
and the
blood
blue
lines.
bloods and
Yeah,
the red blood, and
that's
that
right.
thing in the middle is representing the coronavirus,
Mm,
but
that's
it's
right.
not. It's representing their
Yeah,
birthing,
that's
and
right.
you're exactly right with your numbers.
Mm.
You nailed it. Okay, sorry,
So
continue.
yeah, I know, no, that's right. So we've got those stars on the left and right. So that equals 8. Now there's 8 with the cube. There's 8 sides. So there's your 88. There's your
Hmm.
88 with the cube, uh, and then if we look over to the right side, you see these 3 lines. Now, could be the unholy trinity. Most likely, it's fallen. That's what I would
Claws.
say.
It looks
Yeah,
like
it could
claw.
be
It's
them.
meant to be claws. Do you see?
Um,
Can you see it could be
so
meant to be claws?
yeah, yeah, it could be absolutely. Or it could
I
be
don't know.
3 fallen coming in through the cube,
Well, that's
coming in
right.
through the Saturn cube, and then if you see where these 3 lines come in, go into the cube, and then come out at 5 different points. Now
That's right.
we know in Satanism, we know the 5th point is the highest. So
And
you've got
that's the
5 stars
unholy
here.
trinity. There's your unholy
Yeah,
trinity going into it.
that's
Yeah.
right.
And
So
then
you've got your
coming out.
5 stars, 5 stars coming out of the cube, which are
Yeah.
pentagrams. So
Hmm.
that's there's your 5 points of Satanism, the highest points of Satanism. So you've got 80, you've got 88 in the middle. So you got 8. Or you actually you got 3 8s to be honest, but we'll just call it 88 because you got the cube there in the middle. So 88, 5 points of Satanism. They're all pentagrams. I mean, it's just
Hmm.
you
It's
can
right
you,
there
you
in
can
your
say
face.
yeah.
It's right
It's
there in your
basically
face.
yeah,
Operation
Operation
Whip
Satanism.
Speed. Yeah, and
Yep,
they are delivering
yep,
it
yep.
in a powerful manner, as
That's right.
DT said. As DT said, he said that yeah,
Mm,
the military would be delivering it in a powerful manner. We have to
that's
remember
right.
We have to go back now, because if you look back, like I've done a lot of looking back, and now that we know that they've been telling us this was going to happen for a long time, nobody saw that it was going to be done in this way. But if you look back, it's in all the movies, it's in songs, and sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but I'm just saying,
right.
they put it right in front of your face, guys. Anybody who's new to this, what's happened is the Luciferians have taken over, and they are in control at the top, and they are distilling the new world order. They've done it. They want it. 2021 was their goal, and look, it's right there in your face. If you take
Well,
the VC, you don't call it a VAX anymore, please, Growler. If you take the VC, right, you're going to be one of them. There you go. There you go. There's a rent from me for a minute.
Yeah, yeah. So, no, but it's true. Basically, with this, all I can say is when you read the Bible, they say the beast hands power over to the second beast. Now, the first was the Vatican. Then they transferred, as the Pope said, that we all had to follow the UN. That was last year in October. We all had to follow the UN. So the Vatican gave its power to the UN, gave the power unto the second beast. And that's what the UN is doing, because that's where all the countries are getting represented there and disseminated out through to all the countries. So power shift has been basically from the Vatican to the UN, but they're exercising the same sort of power. The same sort of people are in the same group, so it doesn't really matter. But
Yes.
they're using the UN to do that. And I did hear that the UN will be going to the new name of 70 nations, but we'll wait and see about that one. So I just wanted to show you the logo. I mean, it can't be more in your face than that. You can definitely tell it's the mark, because if you've got symbolism like that, we all know that they go through their numerology and symbolism. That's what they that's how they communicate. So yeah, it's plain and well in your face. So I thought that we would go to the first video. So we do have a lot to show you, and then we'll talk about it. Just quickly, if we can stop it there, just stop it there. This video is from Cyber Dissident, and Cyber Dissident is very, very good.
Oh yes,
she knows what she's doing. So please go over and sub to her.
Show some love. Show some love. Don't say the word.
All right, sorry. So
Careful.
yeah, just go over and show some love, and she's very on the ball as well. So as we can play from here, and as you can see, it all marries in the way it's supposed to. So if we can press play.
Can't hear it. Can't hear it.
I might try it again.
Yep, that'll be fine. He will.
That's right.
He'll work it out.
Gee, it's a nice looking Super Hornet.
Look at that moon. I shot that.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? That's my photo.
Well, the rest
proud
of
of that one.
Here we are.
There we go.
A general named Gus Perna has been counting doses of vaccine. He's in charge of Operation Warp Speed, the catchy title given to the crash program to inoculate 300 million Americans against the coronavirus by next spring. For those of you longing to reclaim a semblance of your previous life, it may not seem all that speedy, but it is compared to the 5 to 10 years it usually takes to field a new vaccine. Once approved, it will not be a silver bullet. Just as with the annual flu shot, some of us will still get sick. But it should make enough people immune so that the virus runs out of places to go. That would give this country what it badly needs right now, a shot in the arm. So if this distribution of vaccines doesn't go according to plan, where does the buck stop?
Me. Conversation's over. It's pretty easy. Me. I hold myself 100% personally accountable to that end.
On his whiteboard is one possible scenario.
So if we stop there.
By the Food and Drug
Oh. Okay. So we'll go through it in just a sec here, and there will be subtitles on the video here, but they're calling it D-Day. Now, there's a movement every 7 days. So if you're watching this, you know, you can enlarge it and just have a look at the numerology in the back. It's just amazing. So if we just keep playing it.
Administration of a vaccine developed by Pfizer, followed by approval of another from Moderna. What is D-Day?
The day that we deliver the first round of vaccine.
D-Day.
And now he puts a mask on. Stop that as well. Stop that.
Yep.
Stop. Unbelievable. I didn't. We deliver. Now, the mask, he made sure he put the mask on, and he made sure he touched it and everything. I mean, and then, but when he's talking to the guy in 60 Minutes, they don't have masks on. So, yeah, let's just keep going. Crazy.
Deliver the first round of vaccine.
So, there we are. So, if we can,
World War II.
When it would start to get complicated, because if approved, the Pfizer vaccine will require patients to receive 2 separate shots, 21 days apart.
We know it's a 2-dose vaccine, so we want to ensure that we can manage the delivery of the first dose and ensure the delivery of the second dose while we simultaneously integrate new rounds of doses being delivered to the American people.
Are you ready to go?
Every 7 days.
Vaccine is approved tomorrow?
Yes, we are.
What's the first order you're going to give?
It's a simple command of execute. It's a simple command of execute.
So once you say execute, how fast does it get out there?
Within 24 hours.
Do you have doses of vaccine already stockpiled?
Yes, we do.
How many do you have stockpiled?
I'm holding on to that number right now because I want to not create anxiety, and we need to work through the details. A month from now, I'll have more.
Operation.
Can we just stop there?
Stop that.
So this is the thing I can't understand. We have a look at Pfizer, we have a look at AstraZeneca, we have a look at Moderna and all those. Now, how can if this vaccine only has this VC has 90 to 95% efficacy now, and it hasn't been cleared yet, how can he have a whole heap of VCs already waiting?
Well, we all know the answer to that.
That's exactly right.
Answer to that. So let's keep going. It's just ridiculous. We can see
so it's already ready.
They've had this stockpiled. They'll tell you in a minute. They've got millions of doses on the other. Okay. Been doing this for quite some time.
Needed to give the shot. The medical distribution company McKesson says it already has produced enough kits for 88 million shots. Kids for 88 million shots.
The idea is the kit will marry up with the vaccine, and they will go together as one package to provide that capability to an administration.
See, there's the queue behind him.
Security of the stockpiles?
We have taken extraordinary precaution in this area, not only for maybe some nefarious effort, but also natural, hurricane, tornado, etc. Right? It's such a commodity to us. We're taking the full steps to make sure that the vaccine is secure.
Armed guards?
Yes.
Armed guards at sites where the vaccine is stockpiled?
Yes.
Once it starts moving, whether on a truck or a plane, is it going to be under guard?
Yes. That's as far as I'm going to talk about it, though, right? Because we don't want to lay out all the plans, but the answer is yes.
Will you be able to track all the moving parts?
Yes. I feel 100% confident of that.
Will you be able to bang your fist on the table and say, what happened to that shipment that was going to Good Samaritan Hospital in Baltimore?
Yes. And not only that, I'll know after it gets there how fast they're administering the doses that they were given.
Perna's ability to do
that
depends on
Stop there.
Program.
Okay, so here it will go into it, and the computer program is called Tiberius. Well, yeah.
That goes right. That goes
unbelievable. That's exactly right.
every single name they're using is ancient
Yep,
Babylonian
that's right.
names.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So if we keep playing,
called Tiberius.
okay, stop there.
So, yeah.
So
Now,
Latin,
look at the new. Look.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go.
So, Marcus Pontius Pilatus. Actually, it's very funny because that's a name of a Swiss aero company that makes planes for air forces, but that's actually related. But yeah, that's why they called it Pilatus. But here, Latin in full, Marcus Pontius Pilate died after 36 CE, Roman prefect, governor of Judea, 26/36 CE, under the Emperor Tiberius, who presided at the trial of Jesus and gave the order for his crucifixion. So,
Right. They call it Tiberius.
Yep.
Is what they're rolling out.
So all Christians now are on trial, and we're all on trial. That's the way I see it. And the Tiberius has given, well, basically Satan's given Tiberius the full go-ahead to give the order to crucify Christians. It's a total attack on Christians.
And that will
So
be the
total
ones
blasphemous.
who take. That will be the ones who take the vaccine. Although I just
That's
said
right.
it. We might
Yeah,
have
there
to
you go.
edit this a little bit messy.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. It'll only take a second.
yeah,
They will be
yeah.
the ones who take the VC. Just say
That's right.
VC and we're right. Okay,
That's
so
right.
under the Emperor Tiberius, who presided at the trial of Yeshua and gave the order for
Mm,
his crucifixion. Now, can we go
mm,
back to the other shot so people will remember what we're doing with this, which was that one before this,
mm.
where it said it all, Tiberius, Tiberius. This is
Yeah.
crazy, guys. This is mental. What they've done is named it Tiberius.
Mm.
Is
That's
messy
it.
there.
Yeah. But I just find that why is everything so biblical? Why is everything against Christians? Everything's against Yeshua.
They're telling you.
That's right,
They're
because we
telling
know
you
the
there.
pentagram,
Right. Uh-huh.
pentagram. It's all there, which is, and I did hear. I'll just quickly throw this in. When the attacks happened, it actually, well, whatever hit the Pentagon. What happened is This is what I did hear, and I did. It was backed up. It was the Pentagon when it was actually made. It was just the flat part at the end of the Pentagon, the horizontal part was actually 2 degrees out. So the Pentagon could not exercise its full power because it was actually 2 degrees out. One of the walls was 2 degrees out. So it had to be exact. It had to be exact to release its full power. So, but we'll keep going. That's all part of it, and this is what the Pentagon's doing. It's all there. So we'll just keep playing.
Which is supposed to link databases from across the government and the shipping companies into one unified picture that everyone can see.
You can turn on where your hospitals are, where your pharmacies, your nursing homes, and where all of your enrolled providers are inside that jurisdiction.
But when Deacon Maddox, a newly retired Army colonel, briefed Perna on how ready Tiberius is for D-Day.
There we are. Again.
Let it keep playing.
Yep.
This capability didn't exist 2 months ago. So there's some things that we need to work through.
Deacon Maddox warned that once the vaccine starts flowing, the amount of data Tiberius has to keep track of will multiply.
What's your worst nightmare? We get vaccines to the American people and they don't take them. Shame on us. Hey, I was already sick. I don't need it. Shame on us. Hey, I don't believe in vaccines. Shame on us. Just shame on us. And it does keep me up at night.
Well, of course it'll keep you up at night.
Now, that shame on us was also a reference out of one of the Illuminati cards as well, or something.
Yes, it was.
I've forgotten the actual what it looked like, but yeah, okay. So they're telling everybody right there. There's no excuse, guys, anymore. Honestly, what can we tell people? If you do just a little bit of research into what they want to shoot in your arm, as they tell you, we're going
Mm,
to, as Mr. Gates of Hades said, we shoot the little kids right in the vein. Okay,
mm, mm,
that's what they're going to
absolutely.
do to everybody, and that's called Tiberius. And Tiberius was the emperor ruling over Pontius Pilate when
Yep,
Yeshua was crucified. This
that's
is
right.
it. They are
And what
telling
did
you. There's your link. Hey?
so it's like when Pontius Pilate he washed his hands. Remember, he washed
Yes,
his hands,
yes.
and
Uh-huh.
that's why everyone's washing their hands. And what did they do with Jesus? They put a mask on him, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah,
You know,
well, they did
just
everything to judge and
yeah.
whatnot.
And then you've got your 6 feet, 6 feet apart. So everything is about the death of Christians or the death of Jesus or the crucifixion. Everything's like that for Satan to come in and have his little party, but that will be interrupted pretty abruptly. And I definitely wouldn't like to be in his shoes when that happens. So, but as you can see, it's all in front of you. I mean, these people are just coming out now. It says in the Bible that his time is short,
Mhm.
and whip speed as well. It says in the Bible that um, if the days weren't shortened, no flesh will be saved. So that's why they've probably called it whip speed, and that's why they're trying to get it out as fast as they can because they know their time is short. So that's just my opinion through
Mhm.
my studies and talking with Beck, of course.
Mhm.
And we always like to bounce things off to make sure that we're always.
In
She's got my
agreement
back up,
of,
and that's right.
yeah,
That's what it's
we
all about.
agree with what
Just
each
might
other's saying.
just stepping out
Mhm.
for 1 minute, sis.
Are you? Great. I was going
Yeah.
to read a scripture. I was going to
Okay.
read a
Good.
scripture. Um, After these things, I heard a voice of a great multitude in heaven saying, Hallelujah! Salvation and glory and honor and power belong to the Father, our Creator, for righteous and true are his judgments. Because he has judged the great harlot who corrupted the earth with her fornication, and he has avenged on her the blood of his servants, and shed by her. Again they said, Alleluia. Her smoke rises up forever and ever. And the 24 elders and the four living creatures fell down and worshipped the Father who sat on the throne, saying, Hallelujah. And then a voice came from the throne saying, Praise to our Father, all you his servants, and those who fear him, both small and great. And I heard, as it were, the voice of a great multitude, as the sound of many waters, and as the
Mm,
sound of mighty thundering, saying, Hallelujah, for the Father omnipotent reigns. Let us be
mm,
glad, let us rejoice and give him glory, for the marriage of the Lamb has come, and his wife has made herself ready. And to her it was granted to be arrayed in fine linen, clean and bright, for the fine linen is the righteous acts of his saints. And then he said to me, Write down, Blessed are those who are called to the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he said
mm,
to me, These are the true sayings of the Father. And I fell at his feet to worship him. But he said to me, See, you do not do that. I am your fellow servant and of your brethren who have the testimony of Yeshua HaMashiach and the
mm.
Father. For the testimony of Yeshua is the spirit of prophecy.
Yep.
Right. I
Absolutely.
honestly think that's where we're up to. I think this is
Mm,
about to unfold, and he's been
mm,
telling his watchmen for. I was one of the last. It's been 3 years for me, but he's been
mm,
telling his watchmen for the last 10 years. But since
mm,
2001, when those two buildings collapsed, was when
mm,
they wanted everybody to know that they were here, and they were just getting worse and worse and worse. And now it's like, haha, no surprise, we've told you everything. You guys take this, or you can't operate in a normal society anymore. You can't.
Right.
So guys, this is it. This is it. If you take that vax, you can't go to heaven. All right, mate. If you got some more videos,
That's
I'm
right.
sorry, but I've
Yes, we
got to
do.
keep
No,
doing this.
no, that's
Okay?
fine. Keep, yeah, great stuff.
I've got to keep saying
The
this.
more the better. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So we do have another video,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just going to break this up, and we're both going to go through it. Okay.
Very much. Thank you. Beautiful out here this time of year. In the past 9 months, my administration has initiated the single greatest mobilization in U.S. history, pioneering, developing, and manufacturing therapies and vaccines in record time. Numbers like nobody's seen before. No medical breakthrough of this scope and magnitude has ever been achieved this rapidly, this quickly, and we're very proud of it. And I had tremendous help from the military, generals, admirals, and many of the great people at the White House. Operation Warp Speed is unequaled and unrivaled anywhere in the world, and leaders of other countries have called me to congratulate us on what we've been able to do, and we've helped many countries with their ventilators and all of the problems they were having, and I'd like to congratulate everyone involved in this effort. It's been an incredible effort. As a result of Operation Warp Speed, Pfizer announced on Monday that its China virus vaccine is more than 90% effective. This far exceeds any and all expectations. Nobody thought they'd get to that level. And we have others coming, which we think will be at equal level, maybe more if that's possible. In July, my administration reached an agreement with Pfizer to provide $1.95 billion to support the mass manufacturing and distribution of 100 million doses, with the option to purchase a total of 600 million doses shortly thereafter. Our investment will make it possible for the vaccine to be provided by Pfizer free of charge. Pfizer said it wasn't part of Warp Speed, but that turned out to be a unfortunate misrepresentation. They are part. That's why we gave them the $1.95 billion. And it was an unfortunate mistake that they made when they said that. We will work to secure an emergency use authorization, which should be coming down extremely.
Emergency use organ.
So emergency use authorization is well, basically what it's saying is if they use the EUA, that means that they can actually force it, because there is well, according to them, of course, there is a pandemic, and we are under medical martial law. The whole world is under medical martial law, which is medical tyranny, which is,
yes, it is.
You know, and yeah.
Just explain the EUA. People might not understand what the EUA is, just quickly.
Yeah, well, it is the Emergency Use Authorization Act, and what that does is it gives the what it means is that all power can go into this Authorization Act to force anything that they want, because the thing is that the military and FEMA are in control, and when you use that EUA, the Emergency Use Authorization Act, they can do anything they want. Why? Because if you really want to know, there hasn't been a president since March the 13th at 3:33. He announced
PM.
that
That's right.
That's right. So 3:33 p.m. on March the 13th, he announced that military and FEMA are taking over. And when the military FEMA take over, there goes your constitution. That's null and void, and that's how you can start passing your EUA acts, your emergency use authorization. So it's all plain and simple. You know, they say it's not mandatory, and although it will be, because they've enacted this emergency authorization act. So if we keep playing.
soon, and my administration will then coordinate the distribution of the vaccine, and it will be approved. I think, again, it will be approved very, very quickly, we hope. The average development timeline for the vaccine, including clinical tests and manufacturing, can take 8 to 12 years. Through Operation Warp Speed, we're doing it in less than 1 year. If you had a different
Oh.
administration with different people, what we've done would have taken, in my opinion, 3, 4, 5 years, and it would have been in the FDA forever. This is 5 times faster than the fastest prior vaccine development in history. 5 times faster. Say it again, 5 times faster. Nobody can believe it, actually. 3 other vaccines are also in the final stages of trial. They'll arrive within a few weeks, and they will also be mass produced, and the delivery will be very rapid. We're ready to go. The vaccine will be distributed to frontline workers, the elderly, and high-risk Americans immediately. It will be very
Immediately.
a matter of weeks. Get out
You're going to
very,
have zombies
very much
walking
ahead of
around.
schedule. Any
Zombies.
schedule that I said
Weird
we're going
things.
to be far ahead of that. We know that this virus primarily targets older populations and those with underlying health conditions, while over 99.98% of those under the age of 50 make a full and quick recovery. By giving the vaccine to high-risk individuals right away, we will dramatically reduce hospitalizations and deaths. Case levels are high, but a lot of the case levels are high because of the fact that we have the best testing program anywhere in the world. We've developed the most and the best tests, and we test far more than any other country. So it shows, obviously, more cases. By vaccinating the elderly and the high risk, we will effectively end this phase of the pandemic and allow seniors to reclaim their golden years, the golden years of their lives, which is so incredible.
Won't wait for it.
It's about time that they can have those golden years. Again,
There
this
it
process
is.
is starting right
3
away.
golden
Millions
years.
of doses will
Yep.
soon be going out the door. They're all ready, waiting for that final approval. As soon as April, the vaccine will be available to the entire general population, with the exception of places like New York State, where, for political reasons, the governor decided to say, and I don't think it's good politically. I think it's very bad from a health
Stop
standpoint.
it
But
there. Stop. Remember what we first thought when he said that, and we both thought the same thing? That he said, except New York State. And we both went, yeah, because it's not going to be there. It's not going to be
That's
there. They're going to
exactly
have
right.
the tidal wave or whatever it's on the money that it's going to be water. And I think there's your water birth. Look, listen, this is really important. Okay. Listen to Revelation 9, chapter 11. Listen, they had over them. Sorry, my eyes are so bad, and I shouldn't have this Bible because it's very hard to see. Here we go. And they had as the king over them the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, but in Greek he has the name Apollyon. Now, that is Revelation 9:11. Go straight into it. And they had over them a king who was the angel of the bottomless pit. That this is it. I'm trying to get people to see that how this is it. This is it. Just go back a little bit, Messy, so we can hear what he said again, and we'll just run it because this is blowing my mind. This is just
reasons,
absolutely.
the governor decided to say, and I don't think it's good politically. I think it's very bad from a health standpoint. But he wants to take his time on the vaccine. He doesn't trust where the vaccine's coming from. These are coming from the greatest companies anywhere in the world, greatest labs in the world. But he doesn't trust the fact that it's this White House, this administration. So we won't be delivering it to New York until we have authorization to do so. And that pains me to say that. This is a very successful, amazing vaccine at 90% and more. But so the Governor Cuomo, will have to let us know when he's ready for it. Otherwise, we can't be delivering it to a state that won't be giving it to its people immediately. And
Yeah.
I know the
It
people
won't
of New
be
York very
here.
well. I know they want it. So
It's
the
weird.
governor will let us know when he's ready. He's had
Well,
some
Double
very
speak.
bad
300,000 have all,
editorials
300,000 have
basically
moved
about
out of New
his
York
statement and
That's
what's
right.
happened with
to Ghost
respect to
Town.
nursing homes and his
That's
handling of
right.
nursing homes. And I hope he doesn't handle this as badly
They're
as he's
ready to
handled the nursing
destroy it,
homes.
mate.
But we're
Mm,
ready to
mm,
provide it as soon as they let us know that they'll actually use it. And again, it's a very safe and a great vaccine. Already we
Yeah,
have
for you
among the
yeah.
guys.
lowest case fatality rates our country anywhere in the world, the entire world. And we performed significantly better than our peer countries. As far as therapeutics are concerned, my administration's also made critical investments in therapies that have helped reduce the mortality rate by 85%. That's, to me, one of the most
There's your
exciting
number. The Trump
things.
number,
It's
58,
incredible. Some of the
85. He
antibody
had to say it.
vaccines and others that have come out and have really helped people. 85%.
Yep.
Last month, the FDA approved remdesivir, and we've secured enough remdesivir to treat 850,000 patients. My
There's
administration
your
finalized
58.
an
He did
agreement
it.
with Eli Lilly to
Stop it
purchase the
there.
first doses of the
I'm sorry, but people think it's stupid. But if you notice when they do their numerology, he has to say it 3 times. So he
Mm,
said the 85, then it was 85 million something else.
mm,
Trump's number is 58. This has all got to do with time travel. That's why it's called Operation Warp Speed, as well as not just
mm,
getting the vaccine
mm,
out quickly. This is
mm,
all double speak. And people need to understand how these people tell you, because they're double speaking. They're making it sound good, but what they're doing is they're making it is good for them. That's why they're telling you this is great. It's
mm.
okay. I'm sorry. Keep going.
their antibody therapy, which shows amazing results. This treatment will be available completely free of cost to patients. 5,000 units have already been shipped, and many more going out the door as we speak. We've also reached an agreement with AstraZeneca for the large-scale manufacturing of their antibody treatment, which is excellent. We expect to issue emergency use authorizations for a number of additional treatments in the near future. Tremendous promise, but remember the 85% number. That's an incredible
Yeah.
number, but we have some tremendously promising
We keep
drugs
saying it. We
online
can't
and ready
forget.
to come out.
Oh, they have
We have
that's
ensured
a
that our
signal.
frontline workers have all the tools they need. My
Yeah, they're
administration's
ready to
invoked the
go.
Defense Production Act and related
Oh,
authorities
stop
over
there.
100 times.
Yep. Defense Production
So,
Act. Yep.
if people don't know what the Defence Production Act is, I'm just going to quickly go through it. Now, the DPA Act of 1950 was dreamt up in 1950. It's a US federal law enacted on September 8, 1950, in response to the start of the Korean War. So it was part of a broad civil defence and war mobilisation effort in the context of the Cold War. It's implementing regulations. The Defence Priorities and Allocation System, known as DPAS, are located at 15 CFR SS 700 to 700.93. Since 1950, the Act has been reauthorised over 50 times. It has been periodically amended and remains in force. So what Trump has done, he's enacted it 100 times. So now, quickly, I'm going to go through the provisions of the Act. It's got 3 major sections in the Act. So the first authorises the President to require businesses to accept and prioritise contracts for materials deemed necessary for national defence, regardless of a loss incurred on the business. So it doesn't matter. The businesses basically have to work for the federal government through the DPA Act at their own expense. It doesn't matter how much money they lose. They have to get it out for national security purposes. Now, the law also allows the president to designate materials to be prohibited from hoarding or price gouging. The law does not state what would occur if a business refuses or is unable to complete a request on time. However, any person who performs any act prohibited or willfully fails to perform any act required by the DPA Act may be charged with a felony that results in a fine of up to $10,000 or imprisonment for up to 1 year or both. The second section authorises the President to establish mechanisms such as regulations, orders, or agencies to allocate materials, services, and facilities to promote national defence. The third section authorises the President to control the civilian economy so that scarce and critical materials necessary to the national defence effort are available for defence needs. So it's all pretty in your face, and it's all for the
yes.
defence establishment. It's all for the military-industrial complex. It only
See, he
benefits
says,
the military-industrial complex.
yeah,
That's what it
but he
does.
says all these fancy words, and they they break it all down: DPA, EUA. People don't look it
Yeah,
up. They don't
no,
take the time to look up what he is
no,
actually referring to. What it is
that's
that
right.
your whole country hasn't had a president since March, and you are under the fullest of the law now. So that they're just
Mm,
going to come in when they want. And it is what it is. We can't help that we're living in the book of Revelation. We can't help
mm,
it.
mm,
But we're telling you
mm,
guys,
mm.
we've been sent to tell you this. So, sorry, but yeah.
Yeah. So,
This
and
is
there's just
heavy,
one
man.
more part of this. The Act also authorises the President to requisition property, force
Yep.
industry to expand production and the supply of basic resources, settle labour disputes, control consumer and real estate credit, establish contractual priorities, and allocate raw materials towards national defence. So, the Act takes away every single right of the person, basically your houses, everything, all businesses are up for the taking. The government just comes in, takes it over, controls it, kicks you out. You don't get any money, and that's just the way it is. Everything belongs to the government, the military now. So I thought that I would just quickly say that, and there's just one more thing I've got to actually go through, is the President's designation of products under this jurisdiction of the DPA Act is the authority of the Act, often most used by the Department of Defence, of course, and that's why we are seeing with whip speed, with the military rolling it out since the 1970s. So most of the other functions of the Act are administered by the Office of Strategic Industries and Economic Security in the Bureau of Industry and Security, which is owned by the DoD. And its parent companies like DARPA and Raytheon and all the big boys in the Department of Commerce as well. So that's just a brief overview of the DPA Act and what they can. It's not what they can and can't do. It's just what they can do, because they can do anything they like now. So
Yep.
it's just basically handing all the power over to the military. As we know, the military and FEMA are taking care of everything now. Hasn't been a president since March the 13th. You have a look at Trump and Biden fighting for the presidency. It's just a show. It's just a stage, because they
Because it's
don't want
making way
to
for the
tell the
one.
people. That's right. That's right. They don't want to tell the people that the military and FEMA are in control, because people will start. Well, they know, but if they're looking at a president talking, it sort of like calms them down. So it's much better
Yes.
than probably seeing, skinhead Marine up there and barking orders. It's probably better if a president does that. So,
That's right.
so if
That's
we
why
just
they
keep
get
going,
their that's why they
yeah,
trick people and get their confidence, and
that's right,
confidence
that's right,
tricksters.
yeah,
And have made a historic investment into our industrial base. All states that requested PPE from the federal government have received the PPE, almost immediately upon request. Every American who needed a ventilator has had access to a ventilator. Think of that.
No.
Very complicated
Yeah.
Every
piece of
ventilator
equipment, very
once more.
expensive. And
know.
we haven't had one person in this whole country that has requested or needed a ventilator that hasn't had it.
I'm sure
Every
you do.
single request has
They
been
kill
immediately
people.
filled. So
Mm.
that was something that
They
was a
kill
great job.
people.
And now we're helping
There
the
you
rest of
go.
the
Look
world
at his
with
eyes.
ventilators because it's a very
They're
hard thing.
black.
We're
His
producing
eyes are
them
black.
thousands of ventilators a month. The federal government has 22,000 beds immediately available for states and jurisdictions that
22.
need additional capacity.
Mm.
But we think that it's going to start going down, possibly very quickly. We'll see what happens. But with the vaccine, you'll see numbers going down within a matter of months, and they'll go down very rapidly. As we continue to combat the
Oh,
virus, our
will they?
economy is rebounding far
Mm.
beyond any
People will
expectations. I
be
see the stock
falling
market's
down.
up almost 400 points today again.
Yep.
And it's ready
Can
to
you
break the
stop it
all-time
there,
record. Our
please?
jobs record.
Can you just run it back while I get what I want? Because can he just get him to say that again and then stop it right there, please, Messi? It's pretty
Very
important.
quickly. We'll see what happens. But with the vaccine, you'll see numbers going down within a matter of months, and they'll go down very rapidly. As we continue to combat the
Stop.
virus, our economy.
Stop.
Yeah.
They'll
A lot
go
of people going
down.
down rapidly.
They'll go down very rapidly. They'll go down very rapidly. Now,
Mm.
this is what I need to read to you guys, and because this is not mine. Right, now listen. This is not my Bible, so I'm having a bit of trouble, but we have to give you the good news in amongst all this horror, and that's what we're here for. 1,000, this is Psalm 91, verse 7. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look, and you see the reward of the wicked. If you don't get this, the VC, you're going to see this around you. If you don't get
Yeah,
it,
it's either
these
that or
people,
5G.
look,
Yeah,
now
whatever.
listen, we already had a girl come out who's a local girl in Brisbane who came out on Facebook. This is not even viral news, who had the trial probably just up the road at Griffith University here, and all her heels are pus and black. They're just the heels of her feet. Do you remember when we saw that yesterday? And that
Yeah.
was just horrifying. And this is
It
just
was off
one,
Paul and Adrian's side.
oh, there was a girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so it happened here as well.
Oh, right.
Something
Okay.
from, yeah. No, this
Yep.
is a different one. So that's what's happening.
Right.
It's starting to
Yep.
get into people. Well, there you
Mm.
go.
Well, it's already happening in South Africa.
Now, what we
They're
need to
already.
know
Yep.
is the good news is that if we stay with the Father and keep talking to Him and just communicate with Him, tell Him you're sorry every day, He says that it will come near you only with your eyes. Shall you look and see the reward of the wicked? Okay? Because they're wicked, because they wouldn't listen, they wouldn't gain knowledge, they didn't listen to us. And we've everybody, a lot of people have tried to tell people. So, okay, well, let's continue, shall we?
Cool.
That's the good
Economy
news.
is rebounding far beyond any expectations. I see the stock market's up almost 400 points today again, and it's ready to break the all-time record. Our jobs records are incredible. The job numbers are incredible. In the last 6 months, we've created over 13 million jobs and slashed the unemployment rate by more than half. Last quarter, we witnessed the fastest economic.
I don't know. People with probably half a brain cell can probably figure this one out. You know, when you've got 70 million
Growler, you really have to sit still or turn the sensitivity on your mic, because there's a really lot of. Just stop moving. Okay.
Hang on.
That is better. It's not doing it
I'll
now
freeze.
at all.
I'll freeze frame.
Freeze.
Freeze frame. So anyone with a with a half functioning head, I would say, can understand that if you've got 70 million unemployed in America, you've got more than half the country shut down. and how can how how can the markets be up? I can tell you how the markets are being propped up is through the Fed printing toilet paper straight through to the stock market. That's the only way. So lies upon lies, lies upon lies, lies upon lies. So and people in America, our friends in America, I'm sure that that you would see how dysfunctional the economy is, and who's not working, and who's closed, and what's open and what's not open, and then you've got different. And then you've got different parts of America that have shut down, and then you've got other parts of America that are on stage 3 restrictions, where they're only allowed to have 5 people in a shop. So yeah, what he's saying here is just total BS, and yeah, I'd like to punch my tablet through the wall here, but no, we'll just keep going. So
economic growth ever recorded in the history of our country, 33.1%. It's a number that is more than double our highest. That was in 1952, and we've more than doubled it. The United States experienced the smallest economic contraction and the most rapid economic recovery of any major Western nation. We went down less and we went up more, which is quite a combination of facts. While healthy Americans have gone back to work and to school, we continue to spare no expense to protect the elderly and the vulnerable. According to some estimates, a national lockdown costs $50 billion a day and hundreds of thousands of jobs every single day. Ideally, we won't go to a lockdown. I will not go. This administration will not be going to a lockdown. Hopefully,
half of America's locked
whatever
down.
happens in the
You're
future,
lying
who
again.
knows which administration will be. I guess time will tell.
Moving.
But I can tell you this administration will not go to a lockdown. There won't be necessity. Lockdowns cost lives, and they cost a lot of problems. The cure cannot be, you got to remember, cannot be worse than the problem itself. And I've said it many times. And when you look at what happens during a lockdown, I just say it very loudly. It's horrible what happens with drugs, alcohol, depression, loss of jobs, business closures. It's a terrible thing. So this administration will not go, under any circumstances, will not go to a lockdown, but will be very vigilant, very careful. We understand the disease. It's a complicated disease, but we understand it very well. We ask all Americans to remain vigilant, especially as the weather gets colder and it becomes more difficult to go outside and to have outside gatherings. And with that, I just want to ask some very talented people to come up and say a few words. General Perna and Dr. Slawi have been incredible. The general is really getting started right now, but he's really, what we don't know and what people don't know, he
Look how
started
ridiculous that
putting
looks.
this all together 6 months ago, and you're going to see some real action. So, General, maybe you'll start it off, and then, Doctor, you'll go right after that. Thank you very much. And then we're going to finish it off with Mike Pence. Okay, thank you, please. Thank you, sure.
He's a real dark individual,
Thank you,
this
Mr.
one.
President. Hi,
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
So Operation Warp Speed's mission is
Just look at his eyes.
enable and accelerate the development of vaccines and
They all got
therapeutics
black
to help
eyes,
control
man.
the COVID-19
All of
pandemic
them.
and save
Especially this one.
lives.
Mhm.
On May 15th, almost 6 months ago to the day, we stated the goal of the operation, which was to have vaccines and therapeutics available and approved for use in the US population by the end of the year 2020. We said then that while very challenging, the goal was credible and therefore was worth trying with the best, our best to achieve it. Today, we're almost 6 months later, and I think we can say that significant progress has been made. And while we are not there yet, we are close to the objective. Let me share with you some facts. If I look at the vaccine side, we've selected a portfolio of 6 vaccines using
6
3 different
vaccines,
platform technologies, and we elected to
3
have 2
different
vaccines
platforms,
from
6
each
3.
platform technology. First platform is what's called messenger RNA, and 2 vaccines using that platform were in the portfolio, one by Pfizer and one by Moderna. The second platform is using what's called live viral vectors, And we had one vaccine from J&J and one vaccine from AstraZeneca in partnership with Oxford University. And the third platform was the recombinant protein platform with one vaccine from a biotech company here in the US called Novavax, and another one from a partnership between Sanofi and GlaxoSmithKline. These vaccines are now, 6 vaccines are all in the clinical development stages, and 4 of them are in phase 3 trials. And of the 4 that are in phase 3 trials, 2 have effectively completed enrollment in the phase 3 trial, and one of the 2 has announced on Monday, to, I think, thrilling information, that they had 90% efficacy. That was the Pfizer vaccine, demonstrating that vaccination is possible against COVID-19, that the kind of choices we have made in terms of the antigen selected was effective, and made us optimistic that other vaccine may also be effective. On Wednesday, the same week, just this Wednesday, Moderna, the other company with the vaccine using similar platform technology, messenger RNA, announced that they have achieved the number of cases in their trial to allow for a first interim analysis. And I would expect that shortly, probably next week, we may hear what I hope to be another very good information regarding an efficacious vaccine. The 2 other vaccines that are in phase 3 trial that are using the live vector platform, the J&J vaccine and the AstraZeneca vaccine, have recruited already a few thousand subjects in their trials. I would like to take this opportunity to invite as many Americans as possible who would like to volunteer to participate in these clinical trials, as that's the only way we are able to achieve a demonstration of the safety and the efficacy of these vaccines. The last 2 vaccines, the recombinant protein vaccines, are planned to start their phase 3 trials within the next few weeks. And
Okay, we'll
while
stop there.
we are developing this vaccine, we haven't only looked.
So you guys get a good idea of what's happening here. This guy is in charge with General Perner as well, 2 very dark people. So what we're going to do is put this in the description box. Put this one in the description box. You can actually go through that and have a look on your own as well. There's just one quick one that I wanted to show. Now, this was released the same day as this whip speed that was announced over in America. So it happened the same day over here. This is us now, Australia's rollout system. So we can just play that. So you got that one there, Messi?
Facility.
Together,
Yep,
We
thanks.
dropped out.
a whole
Got it.
series
We
of
dropped
strands
out.
in terms of what the government is doing to address the great disruption that we've seen through COVID-19 this year. Most obviously, it is about the production of Aussie doses for COVID-19, for the vaccine, being made here, right here at this very facility. And I particularly want to thank CSL for their tremendous partnership that we've had for both the production of the AstraZeneca vaccine as well as the University of Queensland vaccine. We're very proud of this work. We're very proud of the science that's supporting it, particularly that in the University of Queensland, and the reality that could unfold, which would see Australia playing such a critical role in vaccines for COVID-19. But we're also very proud of the fact that it can be manufactured right here in Melbourne, these Aussie doses here in Melbourne, that will prove to be subject to the TGA's approval, a absolute game changer, not just for our own country, not for our own economy and getting back to normal, but more broadly around the world. And so I want to thank CSL for that tremendous partnership. But the other thing that we've learned throughout COVID-19, and this has been a common discussion amongst like-minded countries around the world, is the need for us to do even more to secure supply chains in critical areas, and there can be few more critical than those that apply to vaccines, whether it's the flu, as you say, or whether it's COVID-19, or indeed it's for any number of venomous spiders or snakes that require the anti-venom that is produced. All of this requires a much more substantial
Stop there.
capability that is already impressive here.
So there you go. He's basically saying it. That's probably the quantum dot tattoo, or it's the vaccine, snake venom, spider venom. Exactly. He's just letting it all out of the bag, basically, and that's what I wanted to show you as well, because um, all I can say, it's definitely on par with Operation Whip Speed and what's happening over in America. So what we're going to do is put this one in the description box as well. And there's another two. There's another 2 pages, and we'll put that in the description box as we don't have time to go through it. And they were announced today, November 24th, about Operation Whip Speed from General Perner and from the DOD and the Pentagon. So all that's in there, guys. We do have to get going because Messi has to go somewhere. And all I want to do is say thanks very much for everything, and we will keep going on about this. We'll keep going on about this. We'll make another video in the next few days about this, and then rebirthing of the global economy. So all I'd like to say is thank you very much, guys. We did cut it a bit short. That's fine. We just wanted you to get the gist of what's happening in America, of course, and what's happening in Australia. So it's the same system's getting rolled out everywhere. So I'll pass the
Thanks,
rest over
Growler.
to you, sister.
All right,
And
mate.
thank you very
Thanks.
much for having me on.
Oh, look, it might be Beck from Oz, but it's Beck with Beck and Growler. Look at the bottom there. It wouldn't be the evening stream without you. So thank you
Oh,
very
thanks,
much.
mate. No, thank you,
Okay.
mate. Thank you. Thank you.
I wanna thank everybody who jumps in the chat because you're not there yet, because nobody can hear it. I want to thank you all. We love you all. And for anybody who's new, we just want to say there is a way out of this. There is the good news. And that's the last bit that I've got to tell you. The good news is you have a creator. Now, he has a lot of names that people call him. So I keep it simple for myself and I call him my father. He's my father, Abba, father. That's it. He's it. He brought down a part of himself. I have a son, so I can understand this. So a part of himself came down and sacrificed. He was a lamb and he was sacrificed for us. And he's Yeshua to me. And I believe the Catholic name is Jesus. So Yeshua shed his blood for all of us. And it is so easy to not receive this mark. It's so easy to be saved out of this world from this. We might die, but we will be saved in our souls because I don't preach hellfire, but I know there's an outer darkness, guys. I've been there. It's not, I don't know, it's not fire where some people go, it's the outer darkness. So the good news is you don't need to go there. And if it's your first time, and my family, please just join me in this. I'm going to read Psalm 91 really quick. Okay. Here we go. With bad eyesight, but here we go. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Father, He is my refuge and my fortress. My Father, in Him I will trust. Surely He will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the pestilence. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor the destruction that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes you shall look and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made the Father, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known me, my name. And he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Okay, wow. It is simple to be saved. Just say this in your heart. Father in heaven, if you're there, please come to me and help me. I know there's really bad things happening. I just want you to help me. Please show me your love. Come into my heart. I believe that your son died for me. I do. I just can see him come down and he did that for me, sacrifice. He was the lamb. He was the lamb. So, Father, please, just come into my heart. Help me in this time. In Yeshua's name. It's a simple prayer, guys, and it's all you have to do to be saved from this, and he will show you the way. He has walked with me all my life, but I've only walked with him for so many years, up and down, lukewarm Christian, foot fall away completely. Then bang, 3 years ago, showed me the truth, and the truth has set me free. Because I know that my soul, my body might still be suffering here, but I know my soul belongs to him. That he's that yeah, I am his, and I am his to keep. So till next time, we do love you all. Big shout out, thank you to all my moderators. Thanks, Anne. You are the best moderator. We love you. And to all of you, there's too many to say goodbye right now, but I have to go. So until next time, this is Beck, and I am out.